what is the tens digit of the positive integer r? So not a lot of information about r from our prompt, although we do know it has to be an integer, and so that can be useful sometimes, so don't gloss over it. Other than that, let's look at the statement. Statement 1, the tens digit of r over 10 is 3. So here they are telling us something about r over 10. And from that, we want to figure out, well, what is this telling us about r? Because we don't really care about r over 10, ultimately. But based on this, so if we do this in a stepwise fashion, let's figure out some possible values for r over 10, and then find out what are some values of r based on those. So if the tens digit of r over 10 is 3, so let's just come up with a bunch of things with a tens digit of 3. So 30 and 31, 37, 137, 239. All of these are possible values for r over 10. And so r, based on all of these, so r could be 300, 310. So note, r has to be a multiple of 10, which makes sense because here they're telling us r is divisible by 10. So which means r is going to end in a 0. But we don't care about the units digit. We care about the tens digit of r. So here we got a tens digit of 0. Here we got a tens digit of 1. That is enough to make this insufficient. 2. The hundredths digit of 10r is 6. So same thing, except instead of telling us something about r over 10, they're telling us something about 10r. So what are some possible values from 10r? Anything that has a hundredths digit of 6. But remember, r has to be an integer. So 10r must be a multiple of 10. So we can only come up with values here that are multiples of 10. In other words, they have to end in a 0. We can't come up with, for example, we can't come up with 612 because this is not a multiple of 12 of 10. So that wouldn't work. So we can't say 610 though. So 620, 690. If we want to come up with one with 4 digits, 26, 70. All of these are possible values for 10r. And so what is our value of r based on these guys? So here now we're removing our 0. So 61, 62 in this case, 69, 267. So our question is asking what is the tens digit of r, and it looks like no matter what, in this case, our tens digit is always going to be 6. So this second statement is actually sufficient, it looks like. B.